So Reegan behind the scenes, we're currently tailgating our lovely co-host Pete. He is none the wiser. But we are following him in our very own Tardis. He's pulling some maneuvers. Listing lazily to the right. We'll get you, Pete. Oh, hello. Well, thank you. Fancy seeing you here. Plus it will make for some great behind-the-scenes commentary.
Just shut up, stop talking, cease and desist, there's a good girl. Go, 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 go.
Moisturize me, moisturize me.
Hello.
Yeah, I think we're back.
We're alive
Oh my god.
after the death of the microphone.
Are you ready to kick straight off?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes. You have no squash left.
Eh? I do.
Is that enough?
enough.
Are you sure? Okay. I was worried.
I'm being realistic and thinking about how long this episode's going to be. Although I suppose it will hopefully be longer than the next one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Unless we find so much to shit on, it will just be forever.
I've noticed that in our episode run, apart from our holiday specials, we've never breached an hour.
Have we not?
No.
Well done, us.
This might be it. So, welcome back to Never Ever Eat Pears. I am your host, Reegan, and once again joined by my wonderful co-host, Pete.
Was it?
Have you noticed something?
I've noticed that you've got a bloody pear card.
Yes,
right there.
yes, courtesy of Donna, which is rather
I can't
lovely.
believe she did that.
But what is absent?
My bowl of pears is gone.
Yeah. On a completely different topic, could you just pass me that white jumper there?
I don't want to.
Go on, Pete.
Okay.
Is there something in amongst the jumper, actually? Before you do, is there
Feel like there's something in the
Oh,
jumper.
is there something in the
Have I
jumper?
got to open the jumper?
You've got to open the jumper.
Oh, I mean, he's quite cute, actually.
He is.
It's a really cute little soft squidgy pear.
Yeah.
I'm showing the microphone.
He will be
Pear.
our podcast mascot. I call him
He's
Pear
gorgeous.
Vesta.
Pear Vesta. I love him. He's possibly the only pear I will tolerate.
Yeah. He's perfect.
He's got legs.
Yeah, when I'm working in bed, if he sits on my knee, my phone fits perfectly into his into his feet.
Like that. Oh,
Yeah, it's great.
He is really lovely.
He
He's a pear.
He is.
So, but we won't hold that against him.
No. This might be the all right one.
I'm concerned about the lack of bowl though, and whether or not I'm going to get ambushed.
No. I promise you,
Yeah.
that is literally just from me not being able to find the bowl in time.
Okay.
It's a secret to us both.
Who knows where the pears
We
are?
don't know where it is. But we are back with possibly the worst double-parter of this season.
Yes. But I liked the first one more than I remember I did.
Yes, there are some good moments in the first one, but
I think as a whole, as two-parters go, this is probably the weakest one that I can think of.
yeah. But we can't. Let's not bat around the bush. Let's get straight into it. We are going to start with The Girl Who Died, written by Jamie Matheson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He writes good.
Yeah.
He writes good.
Have we done any of his work?
I reckon,
I've recognised Jamie.
yeah, this is awful. I've gone, he writes good, and then I can't remember anything that he's actually done. But I know the name, and I remember thinking, I liked that one. So, that's awful. I like this one, though, so there you go. He wrote good, he wrote this one. I like this one.
Yeah. So, we open up with a return of our favourite orange spacesuit.
We do.
But this time it's Clara wearing it.
Upside down.
Yes. Floating through the void of space.
Yeah.
And, okay, out of all... Now, this might be a bit vague, because I haven't given any parameters to this, but out of all of Earth's critters, is this possibly the worst thing to have in a spacesuit with you?
What was it called?
I think it was just like well, the Doctor talks about going to like the spider mines,
Yeah.
but I think
And
it
it's
is
called
just a spider, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they call it something.
Just a
because
big
it goes into your mouth. It's a
fist-sized-
love something. I don't know.
ugh.
But yeah, awful.
Horrific.
But yeah, no, I do not want a spider in my suit.
No.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
No.
I don't know if it's the worst one.
Mm.
Depends on the spider. If it's like a daddy long legs, I'd prefer that to a scorpion. But if
Yeah.
it's like a black widow, I'd prefer the scorpion.
Okay, I've been very hesitant to tell this story because there's a certain person who listens who won't be appreciative that I haven't mentioned this, but
Oh,
it's going to happen now because
gonna happen.
because I can't edit this out. That's not a thing I can do. So one night where it was just me, I don't think I was going to bed quite yet. I was just moving my mattress and stuff around, and I moved it, and something like got flicked towards the cushion. And what I thought initially was a dead false widow.
no.
But then, because I'm not idiotic enough just to go grabbing bare hand any spider that I see, I did give it a nudge, and it kind of like unfurled itself, and then just started to trudge its way across the cushion. So I did.
Trudge. I've never heard of spider.
It didn't run. It was every single time I've seen the
Described
spider,
as
and the fact that I've said every single time I've seen the spider means there have been multiple times. It's never been in any rush. It's been quite an.
It's fine. It's like
I imagine if there was
live
a
here.
cartoon spider, it'd be like a top hat spider. It's like quite an
Thank you for not squishing me, sir.
amicable
Thank you.
gentleman, So I did what I thought was a normal thing: get a cup, get a piece of paper. Don't like ram the piece of paper underneath it so it doesn't tear its legs off. Just coax it on.
Yeah.
And then took it out into the communal hallway and just lobbed it.
What, glass and all?
No. just spider out into the void, and that I thought was it. And then I think maybe weeks later, I saw that it on the last portion of stairs that curve around to my front door. This is just for us. This isn't.
No one else
anyone
knows.
No one else knows. It had just kind of made its little home in a bit of carpet that had come away. Oh, so that was fine. you know?
Yeah, that's
Every single
cute.
time I saw it, if I was walking a bit heavy-footed, it would just scuttle back inside the carpet. That's
Yeah.
fine. But it was a few days ago when I opened my front door and it just wandered in.
Oh,
Again,
what?
amicable gentleman, top hat. So once again, I had to glass and just lob it.
Off you go.
I will also point out, and I don't know why I'm making this worse for myself, that it's got bigger since. And this time it fell with an audible thud.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Not great. That's been my fun with
That's great.
with false widow spider.
I thought because I went to South Africa like last year of uni, which I've got worse spiders than here.
Yes.
And I
so
thought,
hear.
since going there, maybe spending time in a country where the spiders could kill me, coming back here, I'd be better with the spiders here that can't. No, I still don't like them.
So if you don't mind me like going into this fear, seeing as we're on topic of it, because for me it is the fast scuttle. That's why I was able to deal with that one, because again it was slow moving.
Yeah.
But is it the scuttle? That
Pretty
gets
much.
you?
Yeah. Because like logically, if it's on me, it's fine. But it's not, because it scuttles and it goes. Big tarantulas can hold fine.
Oh really?
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, they're slow most of the time. They can run, but most of the time they're quite nice and slow. And if you don't piss them off, they're fine.
Well,
But
yeah, because
everything
it's
else,
that-
they're like "Ah!" and just run all the time, and it's awful.
It's that pissing off bit that scares me, because I'm guessing you know what their secondary defense is.
Yeah.
And it's fucking
Yeah,
awful.
it's awful.
Appalling. I don't know what kind of bastard god looked at that. It's like, let's make that worse.
Yeah, let's make it throw its hairs at you.
Horrible,
Awful.
horrific.
But yes, in a spacesuit, I don't want it in there.
No, that is fair. Especially because she could feel it, and you could see the fabric like bulging
Moving.
as it
That was a big fucking spider.
Yeah, but again, quite an amicable gentleman.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, nice and slow.
Slow trudger.
But again, like what the doctor says, if it goes slowly, it means it doesn't have to chase you.
Oh, don't love that. It's the Dalek of the spider world.
But yeah, slowly crawling, and then she's like, "I can feel it in my helmet."
No,
No, thank you.
horrific. So the doctor asks her to describe nearby stars, and is again being very kind of chaotic. Where doesn't she talk about a green one? And he was like, "Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I like that one."
Wondered where I'd left it."
But isn't he like everything's exploding? He's on the phone.
Didn't he say, like, you're next on the list
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something?
yeah. Yeah.
Clara's probably thinking, no, motherfucker.
I'm the list.
I am the list. It starts and ends with me.
All conclusive. Yeah.
Yeah. So the TARDIS materializes around her just as the spider's about to do
Eat her face.
awful things.
Yeah.
And doesn't, like, the Doctor pull off the
Yeah, they
helmet?
managed to, like, he materializes himself with his hands right around her head.
Mm.
And just, like, if he were just a millimetre off, is
Yeah.
his hand going to be in her brain? Do you know what I mean?
Oh my god, there's a big finish out there where it wasn't Clara, but it was just another companion.
No, just has the Doctor's hand in her brain.
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah, just yanks it off, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then the thing falls out, and he's running around
Trudging around.
trying to stamp on it.
Yeah.
Gets it.
Now,
Awful.
the series of sounds is just horrific. But he's walking around the TARDIS for quite a little bit, and then doesn't he say something like, if you don't mind...
If you excuse me, I'm going to go wipe my boot on the grass.
How big was this? How full of jelly was this spider? This thing was huge.
It's just his facial expression where he's like going, you can't see
Yeah.
my face, but it's awful. It's just like, no. He's covered in jelly.
It's one of those times where Doctor Who has decided to not show us the...
We don't need to show him,
Yeah.
you don't need to show us the stamped on spider jelly.
No. And we land in some woodland.
We do indeed.
And soon, I don't think I've got any notes before that, so let's go straight into it. Some Vikings
Vikings!
turn up.
Because I don't think there is much. I think he literally just walks out and there's a sword pointed in his face. Yeah.
Don't you love it that it's this bullshit, quote-unquote, historical depiction of Vikings that
Oh, with
never
the
once wore
horns, helmets. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, God.
God, it's awful.
Like, I get that they're going for, aesthetics and classic cheesy romps, but you kind of want it to be a little bit historically accurate.
Yeah.
They were for horses. Those helmets with the holes were for horses' ears, not for horns.
No, but
Don't enjoy.
But we get it anyway.
We do.
And doesn't the Doctor put on his sonic specs and he says, like, on my face is technology that is beyond your comprehension.
Yeah.
And now I know you love the sonic
do.
specs. I'm not going to lie to you, Pete. I was cheering.
No.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy.
I'm sorry. They're awful.
They're fantastic.
They're really not.
They come back though, so.
I know. And I didn't remember that they come back in the very next fucking episode. Which
Yeah,
is
they do.
Shit. But yeah, our Viking boy takes it off and just snaps
him in half.
And I love just before the drop where he's been saying all the way up to that point when we're not going with the Vikings and just talk quietly to Clara.
Clara,
We're going with the Vikings.
Vikings. And she's just like, yep.
And our credits roll, and we are then met by daytime because this long boat. Can't remember how long they said.
2 days.
2 days.
2 days on a long boat. Yeah.
And we are met with a leftover Game of Thrones set, and
And
Yeah.
music that sounds very similar to the Eaters of Light later on in like the next series. The vibe is very similar music wise. I was like, what? Yes. Not that that's important
No,
at
that's
all.
cool. We're just yearning to get to that next.
I'm sorry,
series,
I
aren't
can't
we?
wait.
But Pete, we can't get there yet because
I
now
know.
I'm going to get her name right.
Go on for it. Go.
Okay,
I'm ready.
it's not Millie.
No, it's not.
It's Maisie Williams.
It is.
Yes!
It is.
A little bit behind the scenes. I walked up to Pete when we were at rehearsals last time, bold as brass. It was like, I can't wait to see. What was it?
What did you say?
Maisie Gibson or
Millie
something.
Gibson. Millie Gibson. I was like,
who's
who are you talking
Isn't that
about?
Ruby?
I think that's Ruby now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what? Where?
At
Have
least
we
it was
skipped?
still. At least it was still on.
It was still on who?
Still on Who, but I got it very wrong.
I remember them hyping her up for this. one.
Really?
Yeah. It's Maisie Williams. Oh my God, it's Maisie Williams. It's Maisie Williams.
Okay.
So then she was just, to me, Maisie Williams.
Now I've seen her in other things, and she's good in other.
She is
things.
great.
She's good in this episode. She is shit in the next one.
I don't know if it's what they did with her character.
There's
That's
some
just-
dialogue
yeah,
delivery that's just shit.
awful. But like, I just couldn't get. I couldn't believe that she was a Shilder because she was Maisie Williams. Because they just kept harping on that Maisie Williams is coming. Maisie Williams is going to be in this episode, and I'm like, okay, cool. But I just couldn't see past the fact that it was Maisie fucking Williams. I'm sorry.
No,
it was
that's
just
fine.
I just couldn't get. I liked her character. but she was just an actress. I couldn't get into I couldn't believe her,
Yeah.
which sounds awful.
No,
Sorry.
No, that's fine. And she runs up to the returning Viking raiding brigade and says very casually, "I thought you died.
I thought you'd all died. Yeah, had a dream.
I had a dream, and I thought, I made it happen." And that's what you want to hear when you return from a
Yeah.
hunting party. Someone be like, "Oh,
Thought you were all
thought
dead."
you cunts were dead." I've already built wicker statues of you guys.
Yeah,
And I think she gets gifted the
One of the
remains of
one of the
Sonic
eyepieces,
specs,
yeah.
And as the Doctor walks past, he gives her an odd look,
really completely what the fuck?
and I don't know why. Given what we know about the 2 episodes, this one included, I don't really know why he gives her the look that he does.
Well, he says the whole thing about premonition being remembering in the wrong direction. So
He's having a premonition.
He's having
that
a
she's
premonition.
someone significant.
yeah, that maybe he's
Okay.
met her before, but he might have done.
Yeah.
I suppose. But I think that's what he says, isn't it? Because she's like, Clara says, "What's going on? Do you know who this is?" And he goes, "No, never seen it before in my life."
Yeah.
But this whole premonition thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
I wonder whether or not he maybe is supposed to have seen her at some point in the future already, or whatnot.
Oh, okay. And the Doctor's talking about his plan is finding the person in charge and replace them.
Yes, yes,
Um,
with a yo-yo.
yeah, well, we haven't got to the yo-yo yet.
Are we not a yo-yo yet?
No, because
Oh, no.
the yo-yo is provoked by just prior to the reveal.
Oh yeah.
Because I think I can't remember what the Vikings are planning to do with them, but he's like, "How dare you? I'm very, very cross with you," which,
That was it.
which is verbatim the dialogue we're getting.
Yeah.
Again, Peter Capaldi gives it his all, and he's probably one of the few actors who could actually make that still not sit in your chair cringe.
Yeah, it's like some of the dialogue in this one is very slapstick, almost Monty Python-y.
Oh, well, I mean, if we're making parallels to Monty Python, there's some fuckery coming up.
Yeah, there really is.
May as well have just been torn out of the fucking film itself.
It
but-
does just feel like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it is almost like Robot of Sherwood Part 2. Like, it's
Yeah.
that kind of cheesy, hammy stuff, but I feel like Capaldi's Doctor is more compatible with that kind of humour now. When they first did it, he was such a grumpy little shit. It didn't work, but I think it kind of works better-ish now, so it isn't as cringy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And he reveals himself to be apparently Odin.
Odin, yeah.
And like you say, as he does, he whips out, because he says, "Do not recognise the sign of
Of
Odin,"
Odin! And
which is his fucking yo-yo.
Yeah.
And
Choose a god that doesn't have one eye.
or choose any
Canonically.
other. We've established that the Doctor's pockets may as well be mini Tardises. There's so much shit in there. You could bring out anything. That is just yo-yo to any civilization is not threatening.
But doesn't Clara say, you're going to use the yo-yo again?
Oh shit! So he's done it before.
It's clearly been done before.
Horrific.
And maybe worked. Who knows?
Oh no!
But yeah,
Horrific.
choose
behaviour.
something better.
Yeah.
And choose a god that doesn't canonically,
Or just establish that he has.
established one eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they very rightly.
Or just go, I've just put my hand in front of my eyes and I realise that people can't see that.
This episode is full of
Me doing visual
Well,
shit.
no, me too. Because oh, you remember the stairs that
Yeah,
no one
the
else
stairs.
can see. So yeah, they obviously call him out on his shit, and
With hesitation, though, which I quite liked.
okay.
I think 'cause it was yeah, we still holding their swords up, and I think the way he was saying it was you're not. I don't think you're Odin.
And that is pretty much immediately met, isn't it, by the reveal?
A big old thunderclap, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man, it took me ages to realise who this actor was as well.
Well, I don't-
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No.
Oh Jesus Christ, the one that Davy Jones kills by putting all his tentacles in his mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, weird snivelly guy.
Weird snivelly guy's
Oh.
like, it's a message from the king. It's
Oh.
from you. That guy,
That
the
dickhead.
sleazy,
Oh, brilliant.
yeah, who works for Tom Hollander.
Yeah, Cutler Beckett.
Yeah, who works for him? The guy who dressed in black. Yeah, that's him. It's the same guy. And I was like, wait, what?
I didn't recognise him Although
I don't think that's a bad thing.
no, I imagine he probably hopes people don't recognise him from this. 'Cause
Literally.
this is bad.
What was he doing?
I don't know. Maybe he
I mean, he's been directed in
maybe
that
he
way.
walked past the bins outside the BBC at the wrong time.
You want to be in this? Yeah, come on, let's go.
We got an eye patch and a
And,
historically inaccurate helmet.
Yeah, it's like Asterix and Obelix hat, isn't it? With the feathers. So we've got hats with horns and hats with feathers. Ridiculous. But yeah, he's like... "Roar."
Yeah, fucking Odin appears in the sky or whatever.
Very
Monty Python.
Monty
style.
Python-esque, yeah.
And says that he's wanting the town's strongest warriors.
Yeah.
or something to that
He's
effect.
like, your day of reckoning is here. I
Yeah.
need your best warriors to come to Valhalla. Blah.
And he sends down the grubby Jadoon. It may as well be. They just
Yeah, the
It's
square
more-
box Jadoon.
yeah, and the Portaloo Jadoon. And
Yeah.
I do love how every single functionality of these things is just them slapping their wrists
Yeah.
vaguely.
Bang. Bang.
That's teleport. That's also teleport
Yeah.
people. That's possibly fire gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they come along and they're disappearing whole squads of
Yeah, we have a look
Vikings
through
at a
their
time.
little eyepiece, don't we? And they like
Yeah.
scan some of them and they go green, and scan some of them and they go red. And I think they take the red ones, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Like danger red.
yeah. So Clara, I think, is told this by the Doctor, and
Oh yeah, because they kind of hide back a little bit, don't they?
Hmm.
Because the Doctor's like, we can't get picked.
Clara, for whatever reason, decides no, I want to go up with them. So she goes over to I've already forgotten her name. Ashilda, and says, use the eye patch and think open with your mind. So,
Yeah.
and that's the only.
Is she getting herself free because she wants to go up with them? Or what's the vibe?
I don't know. From what I got, I thought it was like I need to do a demonstration that we're.
Did she want to get picked up, or did she just want to be?
I thought this was just Clara, like once again overstepping the mark and being like, I'll fucking
because
sort this.
I had no idea why she was getting herself
Hmm.
in the picture anyway. I was just like, why are you choosing now?
Yeah, it
Wait
did
until
seem-
they've gone.
Yeah, so that's why I made that kind of jump.
Yeah,
that
maybe.
That's
Yeah.
what she was doing.
I just don't think that bit was ever really properly like explained.
No. So
But I'll take yours.
sure. I mean, it's vague. So she's sonicking away with the glass eye thingy, and they all get teleported up. And the Doctor's left behind in
Doctor's
the
like, oh fuck.
So I've actually written down here the mouldy Jadoon. And Clara and Ashilda get taken up.
Get zippity zapped away. Yeah.
to the ship. Well, we assume.
No, not to the ship. To Valhalla.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry. To Valhalla, as we know in the great mythos, is a grey corridor.
A grey corridor. Yeah.
And they all join up with the rest of the Vikings that got taken away, and one of them,
Just because. Welcome to Valhalla, my ladies.
yeah,
Like,
lot of assumption there.
the fuck.
I do also love that he falls into a category that I haven't yet given a name, but another character that I compare to him is the bus driver in, is it the Dead Planet?
Oh yeah. With the time travel. No, the space worm bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that's pretty much where you're given all of the kind of not answers, but all of the signs that something is dangerous, and yet you just
You
walk
still
the fuck
do it.
off and die. Like a
Yeah.
prick.
You're like, oh.
Which he does. He wanders down this corridor and gets turned to
Completely
ash.
vaporized. Yeah.
And then
Everyone's like, oh.
and then the wall behind them starts to
Yeah,
starts
because
to
they're not
move.
moving fast enough.
Which
You know,
I-
surprisingly.
I can't remember how Clara and
They peg it to the other side, don't they?
yeah
And start trying to get out that way. And then it does a flash cut
and
back down. We never really find out how. I think we assume that they get out.
because then we're back down with the town and the Doctor.
And the Doctor looking like looking up in the sky, all like confused and sad.
And I think the town are proposing that they're going to fight these warriors when. No,
Not yet.
Okay.
As far as they're aware, they've just gone.
Oh, okay.
And they're just depressed and sad right now.
So what,
And then the Doctor's like, "Fuck you, yeah, I'm not Odin, and you've just been raided, and I'm, you know, you're shit, and also I'm cross that Clara's gone." And then Grumpy, does he call him Grumpy? I don't remember. One of Ashilda's dad basically goes, "I lost my daughter too."
But he does. I think it's actually earlier in the episode when they're being taken. Initially, the Doctor does ID these creatures as being the Mayan.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet. No. Oh, okay. I'm struggling to think how we get to the point that I want to talk about.
Well, after the Doctor's gone, I'm pissed off that Clara's gone, and he goes, "I'm pissed off my daughter's gone too." Then we zap back up to Clara and Ashilda.
Oh, okay, right. Okay.
And they're in a different
part
of the
warehouse in Cardiff.
yeah.
So they have a bit of a wander, and then they're met face to face by...
Yeah, they're going, "Oh, my show, why are we alive? Why are we alive?" And then Odin,
quote unquote,
goes, "Because of this," and holds up our favourite thing in the world.
Oh.
Half the Sonics.
No.
Half the Sonic specs.
Per Vesta is judging you.
Good.
So... Oh, okay, right. So
Yeah.
we've made that connection as to why they survived. Okay.
Yeah, I think they scanned it as superior technology.
Yeah.
I think Clara says in a bit.
So one bit I do like about this episode is the drive of our alien race. And it is revealed that these creatures are essentially, I don't want to use this term, but it's what they're doing. They're milking people.
Yeah, they are, but that's awful.
Yeah, and great. For their testosterone.
Isn't it fucking ridiculous? It's like, though, it is like a watered down version of the 456.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're using human beings for drugs, essentially.
But you can argue that testosterone can actually be used to fulfill something, because they are
rather
a
than just
warrior
getting
race.
high.
It's not just
Yeah.
for pleasure, it's actually for something. I'm not advocating for milking people for testosterone. Let's just put that out there immediately. Clara tries to kind of reason with them and say, like, go elsewhere in the galaxy. There's just testosterone
Everywhere, yeah.
fucking everywhere. I can't really remember why. Oh no, because now
What? Where?
I keep on Ashilda.
Ashilda.
Ashilda, and up until this point, is being quite kind of like, "Oh, what are they doing? What do you mean they're dead?" Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know why she changes.
Because she's a Viking.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god!
I think that's the only reasoning
she
they
comes
give
out
for
of
it.
nowhere, and it's so jarring. Where Clara's trying and like de-escalate the situation,
Yeah.
and then she comes out of nowhere, like, "No, you cunts! We'll."
Yeah. But there's a bit where it's the same sort of time where she goes, "Oh my god, what do you mean?" Ah! And then Clara just goes, "Shush!" So she just stops. And there's nothing. She just stops, and I was just like, "Okay." It was like peak stop. It feels like with her. It's really weird, but yeah, eventually she then just goes, "We will crush you!" Rah! Forgetting that all of their warriors have just been murdered.
Yeah, and forgetting what's left.
Yeah.
And Clara tries to stop her, but she's like, "Nah,
Bitch. I don't care for you no more.
You bring as many warriors as you want. 10 o'clock in the morning, we'll meet you down there.
Yeah.
And
We will crush you."
kick your ass." And obviously, a fake Odin's like, "Yeah, this is some shit."
Yeah, he's like, "Way!"
And I think they get teleported back down.
We get a semi-reveal of face, though, don't we?
Yes, we do, because he's like, "War makes me smile," or some
Yeah,
shit. And
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
"Look upon my face," and then we get a
Awful, like, slowed down hologram reveals, just so you don't see the creepy face. And then pan to, like, their shocked face. I didn't see the point.
Given what now, this is based off a lot of just like grasping at straws here, but like if you think about when the Daleks first turned up on TV and how people used to hide behind the settee, and now we've been so exposed to films or games or whatever, so things like that no longer really scare us. We need something visually disturbing in order to kind of get a reaction out of us. Vikings who have never seen anything,
Yeah.
never been exposed to anything, Ashildor should have been vomiting everywhere.
She should have shat her
in
pants.
just fear. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she should have shat her
Just
pants.
passed out at least, but
Or-
a slight, like, oh. Given what we see later.
Well, that's what I mean. Given what we see later,
Yeah.
she should be dead.
Yeah, just heart stop, insta kill.
Yeah, literally insta kill.
But no.
Same with the Vikings that got clumped up.
She had exactly the same face on her that I did when I met the gentleman spider for the first time.
Yeah.
Not great.
I mean, story, plot.
Yeah. So they get sent back down to the village and
the doctor's flicking through his 2,000-year diary.
Years. And...
Which is great. I love that.
And I do love when he, like, runs over
he's like, Clara!
And then gives her the thumbs
up.
up.
He literally stops, the camera literally just stops short behind his back, focus on Clara, and then you just kind of see this thumb just, like, pop back up. It's great. And he's like, I'm not a hugger. It's great.
Good.
And it isn't even really a hug. He says this is not a hug, and it's not. He's literally just picking her up and yeeting her around.
Yeah.
And that's when he says that they're the Maya. Because he's like, I've looked them up in my 2,000-year diary. They're the Maya. They're like a warrior race.
They milk people.
And he basically just tries to like say to her, look, they're practical, they get what they want, they fuck off. And then Clara's like, yeah, no.
Yeah, they would usually.
They would have done.
But our dumbass...
This dumbass little bitch...
has declared war on them.
Yeah.
And I think this is where we now get the barnyard scene.
Yeah, we're in the barn now.
Oh man, do I have stuff to talk about with the barnyard scene.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, do you not?
Good things, bad?
Some very good things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so initially I think the Doctor's talking to just the peeps that are there, and some of them are like, oh fuck, and then some of the others, because I think he says something like, what are you going to do, like grow crops at them, and one of them's like, if necessary, have to, yes.
And the other one's like, I think he was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
He's basically telling them to leave, isn't he? He's like, you can go.
Yeah.
You've got a whole day.
I don't really... okay, I'm not a Viking, full disclosure, for those who may have thought I was. I have been called a Viking before. When I was out and about in my pirate garb, someone yelled across, oh, look, a Viking. It's like...
Okay.
I appreciate that you don't mistake Vikings for the horned depiction, but this is also very different. But I don't really understand why they can't just take the Doctor's suggestion and just fuck off for a little bit.
Why are they so attached to the village? It's not going to go anywhere.
No.
I mean, the Maya might burn it down.
Yeah, but just...
Which will be sad.
Yeah,
but just go away.
Yeah.
Just go away. But it's that whole, again, like what Ashilda said up there. It's because they're Vikings, and we need a plot.
Fair.
I think.
And...
Chuckles, that's his name. He doesn't call him Grumpy, he calls him Chuckles. Sorry.
Yeah, that's Shieldal's dad.
That's Shieldal's dad, yeah.
And one of the Vikings says, it doesn't matter, we're going to die with honour, and this is the bit.
Oh my god, it's good.
We then hear a baby crying, and the Doctor's answer to that,
do babies die with honour?
Oh, fuck.
Even if that was all he said on the subject, that would have been enough. Oh my god, it's such a cutting thing to say.
Yeah. And
the answer's fucking no. Okay, everybody? The answer is no.
And to fully cement just how disturbing the idea, of course, of any child dying in war or dying at all is him translating for... Because I don't think we've seen this since Stormageddon, possibly. I don't...
No, we haven't, not yet. So we get it again with Dr. Mysterio. But that's after this episode, isn't it? So yeah, I think this is the first time we get it since Stormageddon.
Yeah. And I can't remember. I think it is this bit. My notes don't fucking say, so we're going to say it anyway. He talks about when a mother is laughing.
Oh yeah,
He thinks that's singing.
Yeah, he does say that bit here. Yeah, because he's kind of in the zone, and then he just snaps out of it and goes, "Babies think laughter is singing. Do you know that?" And yeah. And then he says like, "Oh, what does he say? It's brilliant." He's like, "I applaud your bravery, but I deplore your stupidity." And I was like, "Oh, this whole bit in the barn, every word he says is just crafted so well."
Yeah,
and he delivers it on point.
And it doesn't matter that we're getting this clip sound of a baby crying, which presumably was just sourced off the internet. It's still brilliant.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And I think he leaves, doesn't he? He goes, "That's all the help you're getting," because the shield is like, "Please help us. You can help us." And he's like, "I've told you to run away. That's it."
And he's back outside.
Outside.
Clara joins him, and the baby's still crying, and she asks, him to translate.
Yeah, what's it saying?
I
And he's
haven't
like,
written it all down, but it's like,
she's afraid.
yeah.
And then, oh God.
Mother, you are my world, but I hear new worlds now.
I hear new worlds now.
Oh,
Mother, I hear shouting. Oh, and then he says, oh God. I wonder beyond the foldings of your smile, is there other kindness? Tell me, will they be kind?
Fuck. Mother, you are so beautiful, or something.
Yeah!
Yeah, that got me.
Oh! And then the fire in the water bit, fire in the water, and he just stops. He's still got his eyes closed. And then I love this bit. Clara just kind of like grabs his face. Doesn't even grab it, just puts her hand on his face.
Yeah.
Ruffles his hair a little bit. Baby stops crying. And she just goes, you've decided to stay. And he looks at her like, why? How do you know? How do you know I've decided to stay? And she goes, the baby stopped crying! Oh! It's brilliant.
It's very, very
It is so... I think it is the main point of what the Doctor is. He protects people. And all people to him are little babies. So he's protecting the baby and he's protecting the people.
One of my favourite quotes from earlier Doctor Who, from Amy, saying like, "We never interfere in the affairs of other peoples or planets unless there are crying children."
Crying children, yeah, that's the Star Beast, isn't it? Oh, I don't know what it is. It's just
good shit, Pete. It's what it is.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
Oh, I just love it. It's so good.
And thank God that it rests within the car crash that is this two-parter. Because
we do get some more wonderful Capaldi stuff.
do, yes, there is more to come.
He is the saving grace of this.
Yeah.
These two-parters, I think. He often is, and I can't sing his praises loud enough because I love the guy.
No.
But
there's a reason why we started with the 12
there's a reason why we started with Capaldi.
We weren't just that chaotic.
So good.
So,
anyway.
The Doctor, we get our training montage.
We get a training montage.
Which I love.
I loved it.
It's great in Serenity. In Firefly. It's great in The Mandalorian. It's great in other things.
A training montage is always good.
And I think we get it straight off the bat that he's confiscated the real sword.
The real sword. And he's like, because Lofty asks him, why haven't we got real swords? And he's like, do you want to field this one, Limpy? Points at this guy who's like strapping up his leg. Going, we can't be trusted with them. In this really thick accent. It's genius. And I've seen him in Christmas Carol at the Old Vic.
Oh, yeah?
He's so good live. He's brilliant. He's so funny. So funny. But yeah, anyway.
No, that's cool.
Can't remember the guy's name, but love him. And he popped up in Doctor Who and I was like, oh my God, it's him. Anyway.
And I think, I can't remember what then translates to them actually being given their swords. Because he's...
Time, I think. Just time.
Yeah.
He then just does that brilliant whistle with his fingers that I can't do. Like this really high-pitched whistle. And it's like, right, enough theory, onto the real shit.
Which then gives us a brilliant hard cut.
Yeah, hard cut to the town on fucking fire. So they might as well have left because they've set it on fire anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, town on fire. Him sitting there with his sword and two Vikings at his feet.
I can't remember the exact dialogue, but I think the long and the short of it was that someone got cut, which caused someone to faint.
Yeah, caused Heidi to faint.
Which then opened a barn, which then let loose a horse.
Yeah.
Then kicked over a torch or something.
Yeah. A various string of fantastic events that led to the buildings being on fire.
Yeah.
It's great because Heidi sits up and he's like, "What happened?" And the Doctor's like, "The Big Bang, this, that." But more recently,
I can't remember where it falls in the episode, but we do get a bit of foreshadowing because when I think it's Clara's talking about the possibility of them dying, the Doctor says, "All we can hope for is a good death, unless you're immortal."
I think that's just after this bit.
Oh, okay.
Because after that, they're all in the barn having some food. But the Doctor's sitting outside and the forges are making a lot of noise.
Yes,
and we have this chat between the Doctor and Clara.
Which is also quite nice. I do
really
like this scene as well.
Yeah, because she says to him, like, what's your real plan? I'm waiting for your real plan. You're just teaching them how to fight. And he's like, a good death's all they've got.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, this is what I've got. I haven't got anything else except to fight. The good death's all they've got left right now.
Yeah. I do also like the inclusion of like the forge stuff because I mean a lot of armies did that back then.
Made as much noise as possible
as an intimidation tactic.
Yeah. Maybe don't make it sound like thunder though.
No. Again, I suppose it's playing off the mythos, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bit, but it's a bit vague, isn't it?
Yeah, God of Thunder making noise up there. But yeah, I don't think any of the Vikings realised that it was a terror tactic, just the Doctor, because he knew what it was.
Yeah.
But we get them they're talking about the Doctor being a hobby for Clara again.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, get a new one. I've got to keep you safe. You're my duty of care, blah, blah, blah. And Clara's still being like, no, it's fine. I can be reckless. Me. Don't you dare send me back. And he's pissed off at this point, I think. It's like,
but don't we get a Shieldor walking past?
A Shieldor walks past, yeah.
And the Doctor follows her, because then we get the reveal that
she's smacking a puppet to bits.
She's smacking a puppet to bits. She made a puppet of our fake Odin.
Yeah. I think because Clara says to the Doctor, you've rubbed off on her. Which we haven't seen any of.
No.
So we're just taking their word for it right now. And I
Well,
think
what is she doing that's so doctory?
Nothing.
Out walking at dusk.
Yeah, literally now. She wasn't in any of the training montage. She hasn't been talking to the Doctor at any point.
No.
Clara's just decided, oh yeah, she likes you. Et voila. So I think the Doctor goes and finds her because he's like, oh shit, am I making a new Clara out of this Viking girl?
And he finds that she is a bit of a storyteller, and
yes, and that she's a bit weird.
Is she though?
So she says.
I don't know. Like in the world of weird, I don't. This is pretty tame.
I think,
especially in the world of Vikings. Like
Yeah.
all they did was all the people that couldn't fight were either tending to the land or writing stories.
Yeah.
That's all people were doing.
Yeah, and like she goes, oh, I know I'm strange. The girls thought I was a boy. The boys said I was just a girl. But at no point in any of the rest of the time we see her is she strange.
No, and again, this definition of strange seems strange in itself.
It really
because
is.
It's really not all that strange what she's doing.
It really is. All that she is a storyteller.
Yeah.
Like the whole, oh, she thinks she brings us bad luck kind of shit. It's just plonked there. Nothing comes of that. At no point does anyone get bad luck because of something she does.
Yeah.
So I don't get that element of her.
If this is a commentary on anxiety, it's a really bad one.
Is it?
I'm getting grasping at straws because hopefully not, because it's shit.
Yeah, I cannot figure out what they were trying to do by saying, oh, she's strange. No, she's not.
No.
The strangest thing about her is what happens at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Nothing about her is strange.
No.
She's a kid. Kids do weird shit. She ain't strange. Anyway,
She might be weird as far as I saw in the episode, she was the only kid in the town.
There were a couple.
Oh, okay, well, okay.
Yeah. They kind of walk past one point and then walk past again.
That's the director being like, look, there
are more kids! She's not on her own. Yeah. And the Doctor again says, you need to run away. And then, oh God, what does... They're talking about a home and whether the Doctor has a home, and he says, no, I'm always looking for the next, view.
Yeah.
And she says, I pity you. And he says, I'll mourn for you. I know which I'd prefer. And I was like, oh, okay. Damn, again, bang.
Don't we get, after that, a bit more baby crying, which then takes the Doctor out of that situation?
Yeah, because her dad rocks up.
Yes.
And goes, I will keep you safe until the last beat of my heart.
Hey, everything with the Shieldor's dad is fucking golden. I fucking loved it. I was nearly in tears every single... But the problem is that it sits within this episode.
Yeah.
It's so jarring.
If it had a better backdrop,
yeah,
I would feel a lot more... I like him, he's fine, he's nice. But I don't know, it was just unusual, again, for him to just rock up. I mean, I suppose it's not. I suppose it's his house. But either way,
how dare you walk through your door?
It's just odd.
How dare you, a Shieldor's dad? Do you not know the spiders live there now? It's not your door anymore. So,
but yeah, and then they hear the baby crying, and the Doctor looks out and he's going, "Oh shit, Lofty's got a baby."
But before we do, I want you to take note of something.
Oh,
the apparent love that a Shieldor's dad has for her.
Apparent love.
Well, that we see within this scene.
Yeah, okay.
Just keep that in mind.
I do enjoy that.
Yeah, but also keep it in mind.
Yeah.
For later.
For later. We keep it for later.
Okay, so the Doctor's distracted by the crying, and then I think he's told by a Shieldor's dad that... I can't remember who. Is it Lofty?
Yeah, it's Lofty's baby.
Yeah.
And Ashilda goes, oh yeah, he's trying to calm her.
So
he takes her to the fish.
Yeah.
At which point the Doctor makes a ridiculous leap.
What was this leap?
The leap is he then goes, fire in the water. Oh shit, fire in the water! On the basis that it's fish.
And also fish that he doesn't know the species of. Because it does make sense within that, because we then find out that they're electric eels. And that's part of his plan. But again, I know it's Doctor Who. I know it's a piece of media. We don't need to see everything that they do every single second. But to make that jump means that he's gone into that barn and been like, ooh, oh,
there's electric eels down there.
Yeah.
But no, he can't have done, because then he was like, when they're in the barn, he goes, why didn't any of you tell me that you have eels? So he doesn't know that. He doesn't know they've got eels.
Yeah, so that's an odd thing for the Doctor to just say.
For him to make the jump from her saying she likes the fish to those fish then being eels, and also electric eels, when he hasn't even seen them.
Although I suppose he...
Or does he
can speak baby.
He can speak baby, but all she's told him is fire in the water. That's the riddle that he has solved, is that the baby thinks it's fire in the water. Which, again, this baby is very well spoken.
Yeah.
And then loses all of that for goo goo gaga. And then will eventually talk.
Well, I mean...
It's a very poetic child.
So was Stormageddon to us.
Stormageddon was also very poetic.
Yeah.
But yeah, the leap he makes is astoundingly stupid.
I do love, though, that there's a point where the Doctor's just kind of wandering around yelling about his plan and stuff, and he does, like, I think he wanders up to baby and says, like, oh, she might need, like...
She might need changing.
The Doctor made that baby shit herself.
Yeah, literally, because he's shouting and started shooting the electric eels. But, like, there's one bit that I really, really bothered me.
Oh, okay, go
for no reason,
No.
apart from the fact, probably, that it was Clara. But he's run in, and he's seen the barrels, and he's chatting to Lofty, and he's shouting. And I can't even remember what she says specifically, but she just runs in going, you're shouting, did you shut your finger in the car door again, or something ridiculous like that? And it's like, no, just no. The way she says it is awful. Like, if you were saying that to somebody, it would be part of a joke or something, but she comes in and just says it with, like, nothing behind it. It's just an awful bit of delivery, and I hate it. And it jars me every single time I watch it.
And if it is something like the car door, like, Clara, can we have some perspective? These people are already terrified. You don't need to be throwing around words
Oh,
that
it's
they
like,
don't know.
car! I can't remember what she says, but it's just so random, and, like... I think it doesn't help that the Doctor just doesn't even respond to it, like, at all. But it was just really jarring, and I was like...
Yeah.
Oh. And also, where the fuck has everybody else come from? Everybody else runs in as... Anyway.
But Pete, we've got to get to the plan. The incredibly bullshit plan.
The ridiculous plan.
So the plan... I don't think we actually get told the plan until we see the plan.
We don't.
happen.
No, we just see them collecting things. Because they've got a helmet, somehow.
Yeah, I think he said... No, he does talk about the plan, because he's like... No, I remember how they get the helmet, but he said... I think the back end of the plan that you see is like, we need to get one of their helmets, and it's over.
Yeah.
So the plan itself is to...
Oh, sorry, no. They were taking electric wire out of the spacesuit, sorry.
But it was to get everyone to pretend to have a party, to then throw hoops attached to said wire over the top of the antennas of the fake Jadoon, the mouldy-ass Jadoon, and then those wires are connected to the electric eels, which are then also connected to wires that lead up to...
An anvil.
Giant anvils.
That makes them magnetic.
Would the Vikings have even had anvils?
I mean, one of them was a blacksmith, so I don't know.
Back then, wasn't blacksmith just like,
just...
let's take this bit of metal and make it sharp?
Would it just have been like a lump of rock?
I don't think it would have been as comedically, like, anvil-y.
Wait, they had like 3 or 4 of them, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This isn't like...
Would anvils have a Viking? Would Vikings have an anvil? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay,
if you, when you have some like long bit to say, I am going to look it up. But I'm not going to do it. Just
fair.
Let me know, and I'll do the anvil research.
Do the anvil research.
Yeah. So that's the general gist of it, and I think then pretty much we cut to. Oh no, wait.
Ooh.
He goes back to Ashilda, doesn't he? Because he says that he needs her.
I need you to make something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, pulls a curtain back to reveal something that we don't get to see, and Clara goes, "That is awful."
And the Doctor's like, I know.
Yeah.
You know what? I am going to look it up.
You look at it, we can't go past
We can't
this.
leave it. We need it.
We need to know.
When were
When were anvils invented?
Not added to Minecraft. Invented.
I don't know, they must have had something.
So sometime in Turkey and Iran, around 6,000 BC.
So yeah, maybe they'll have had anvils. Might have, might just have fallen into the time zone of BC.
Ah well.
Bro.
I do also like that. I can't remember where it is in the episode, but we get a very classic Who reference: the reversing the polarity of the neutron flow,
Yeah.
which the Doctor said something like would sound really smart if it.
If
meant
I knew what it meant. Yeah.
something.
That's when he's got the helmet finally, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our fake ass Odin and Peeps turn up and wander in, and instead of a fight, they're met by this party.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they're not firing their guns.
Why aren't they just killing them?
Yeah.
They're
I know
supposed to be the deadliest warrior race ever.
I know there's honour in war. Like a son. No, I think a Sontaran would just gun people down.
I think a Sontaran would just gun people down, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't really understand why he's like, I need you to stop fighting.
Yeah, start fighting
so we
me.
can fight
But,
you.
yeah, he does say he enjoys war, so maybe just slaughtering them is boring for him.
Yeah.
Them.
Maybe it's kind of like I'm immediately drawn weirdly to that moment at the end of the Odd Bob the Clown arc in Sarah Jane Adventures where they defeat fear with laughter. Maybe it's just so befuddling to him that everyone's not in terror. That
Maybe, yeah,
just having a
yeah.
good time. But we've got, I think it is Lofty just throwing,
Just tossing
hoops.
rings, yeah.
And I think one of them he misses and ends up like just
Hits
smacking
them in the
him
head,
in
and
the
then
face.
they realise what it is. Well, they don't realise what it is, but they see it and start, like, clumsy pulling at it.
And I think then someone's kicking a barrel and
Yeah,
getting all
yeah.
the electric eels to do their thing, and then
But, like, even before all that happens, the Doctor's still trying to convince them to fuck off, isn't he? He's still trying to get the pacifist approach going. He's like, just go, we're just shitty little people. Off you pop.
and
Then we get the nice reveal of what they look like.
now, I mean, this whole portion of the episode has been shit around these creatures. There's no good stuff about him. But what do you think about the design of...
They look like angry little piranha tadpole things. I don't like them.
No?
I don't think I like them.
I don't like them in the suit. I think I'd like to see them out. Because I imagine
Yeah.
they're really lanky and almost kind of Wendigo-esque. I don't...
Yeah, I don't know. I just... You barely see them. You see them for like a second.
Yeah.
With all these teeth. You know, I think the juxtaposition between them and what they look like with their suits on is just too far.
Because at least with the Jadoon, making this comparison again, the rhino head fills the space of the helmet itself.
Yeah.
But
it's like two different creatures.
Yeah.
You've got the robot and then the weird little tadpole thing inside. But I just don't think it marries.
No.
And it's not even like that they've... Like what Odin has become Odin to blend in with the Viking stuff. Those robot suits aren't blending in.
Yeah, I don't know why he was like, I'm going to blend in, but you guys, I've got plans for you.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I don't think I like the design at all.
That's right.
You?
I do, again, because I'm probably thinking like, ooh, what do they maybe look like as an indigenous
Outside,
creature or whatever. But I suppose with what we're given in the episode, yeah, they look shit.
They look
and
really
like you said, they don't marry up with what they're wearing.
I don't think they do at all. I don't like it.
I mean, again, it's probably bump that we don't really need, but we're never given these suits are like stasis or
given nothing.
help
Like
life support or whatever.
None of them die after they've had their helmets ripped off.
No, just a bit
just
angry
go-
boys.
That's my
Sometimes I
impression.
wish this was a visual medium. So I think the one that loses its helmet, the helmet gets given to Ashildr, and then she gets to
Yeah, the
enact
Doctor does
her-
some bits and bobs to it first, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Reverses the polarity of the neutral.
yes,
Yeah.
and
Sits her on a chair, puts a little helmet on.
well, big helmet,
Big old
especially
helmet.
on her.
Yeah.
And she gets to enact the part of her plan, which is, I guess, because I think it's also established in some throwaway dialogue that they have almost like a network that they're all tuned into.
Yeah.
Which means that whatever story that she gives, so long as she really kind of thinks it, it will show them that.
Show them all that in their like head.
Which seems like a chaotic thing for them to just have as a functionality at all.
Yeah.
Like, we have never been told in the episode that Ashildor has the ability to manifest things with her thoughts.
No, just that she's a good storyteller, which we don't even really get much.
No, we never get like a... Oh, okay, I've been waiting for the longest time to make the connection to C-3PO telling the Ewok story in Return of the Jedi. Pronto gosh. Chimney to do. So, yeah, we never get that moment where she's sitting down and telling a brilliant
That's a really good story. She just hits a puppet around a little bit.
Yeah.
And has the whole, she brings us bad luck.
Maybe that's the weird bit, that she just lights a fire and she just sits out in the courtyard telling no one a story.
Telling no one a story!
Yeah. But yeah, so she supposedly can do this. And again, horrific implications for that species as a whole, because clearly if some of them is just having a weird thought, what if one of them's having a really fucked up dream?
Yeah. Is that being beamed to all their helmets?
Everyone sees it.
Yeah, it's weird. And I don't know, unless the Doctor's just like hacked something in it and made it, I don't know. It doesn't track.
Either way, we get where the CGI budget went, because it went on.
It went on big old serpent boy.
Yeah, big old Hydra. Well, I suppose not Hydra because one head, but
yeah,
and
sea serpent.
Yeah, maybe whatever they drew on the wall in that sea
Dragon.
base.
Well, yeah, maybe.
It's come back!
Yay! There it is!
It's Nessie! Comes crashing through the door, and I don't know why the fuck they're scared of this thing. I mean, yeah, as a creature, if it looked better than it does, it would be quite scary. But as these things are
extraterrestrial war machines,
yeah,
with guns,
this shouldn't. I think some of them.
Some of their guns have been, and some of their guns have been anviled.
Yeah.
But yeah, why don't you... Deadliest warrior races in all the galaxy.
Just go up and punch it.
And then go, ow, because I've just punched wood.
Yeah, or go through it.
Yeah. It just doesn't pay off.
No, but they fuck off.
They all fuck off,
apparently.
leaving him.
Yeah.
Just him?
Yeah, it's just him.
Yeah.
And that's when the illusion kind of fades and we get that it's just like a small boat prop with a figurehead, essentially.
Which I don't think she made. The Doctor calls it a Shield's monstrosity. I don't think she did that.
Well, she may not have carved it, but it's very possible that she just took things that other people made and slapped it together.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the reveal, and then the Doctor comes over and he's like, yeah, we've defeated you, but also, if you don't fuck off, I fucking recorded it.
Well, no, because didn't Clara give one of the Vikings her phone? I remember in the...
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
she gave... Oh.
And how is that Viking not just staring at that, not doing the thing
Well,
that
they
she
do a
him?
little bit of it where he's kind of like looking at it, and Clara's showing him... It was when...
Was it during the montage or
the kind of the semi-plan montage bit?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Clara's like showing him the phone, and he's doing this really classic, like, look at it a little bit closer and look at it far away, like, oh, what is this? Oh, it's crazy. But yeah, this poor fucker's been given a phone to film it.
They missed their opportunity for an Angry Birds plugin.
Yeah, literally.
Have him play Angry Birds.
But yeah, essentially, like, yeah, we filmed you being afraid of a wooden puppet.
Yeah.
Let me upload it to the Galactic Hub.
Which I can do through my Earth phone.
Yes! What the fuck is the Galactic Hub?
Thank
Why have we
God
never heard of...
Bluetooth became like a galactically accepted way of sending shit.
Literally, like, where have we ever found out that the Galactic Hub exists?
And
nowhere.
This isn't like... Well, I suppose they did exactly the same thing in Firefly, and it was amazing when they did it in Firefly, and I've forgiven it in that. But this is bad. It's bad because it's a throwaway thing. We've had multiple points in time where the Doctor's been looking for certain things, but then has to go and find like a Cyberman to access their hive mind. Why isn't he going on the Galactic Hub? Surely something's been uploaded there. Yeah.
Anyway.
But no, it's something that we'll probably never see again.
Ever hear again. No, yeah.
Clara's saying like the only thing that would make it better is
It's the
Benny Hill theme tune.
which we get a snippet of.
We do. I don't know. I feel like this scene should have been over 3 scenes ago.
Yes.
It does drag on, and it just feels cringy. Just doesn't feel great. And I feel like they were playing it for laughs, and I don't know whether anyone was.
I don't think anybody was laughing.
Uncomfortable silence waiting for the scene to end. Again, and this is quite a long scene. Again, take note of this because something's happened which we don't.
Which we haven't noticed.
We don't address straight away.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Yes, okay, I'll fuck off, but I'll be back." And with a slightly less shitty army.
Less shitty army, and then the doctor's just like,
teleport the fuck away.
Yeah. The doctor's like, I hacked your teleporter. Sorry, off you pop.
Which is fine because we saw him do it to Margaret Slevine. So
Yeah. That's acceptable.
Yes.
Acceptable behaviour.
We love it.
Yep.
It would have been funnier that because I imagine with Capaldi's doctor, he would have teleported him away, and then you'd see him walk away, and then you see the teleport reopen, but he's opened it up in the sky. Fucking dropped.
That would be great.
And I think the clouds part, and you see this ship now. Did anything strike you about the takeoff pattern of this ship?
It did look familiar.
Oh, okay, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
What?
I wasn't sure if it looked very similar to the robot one, the robot of Sherwood one, where it kind of hovered for a little bit and then went. I could be remembering things wrong.
Okay, I mean it's just as quick of a takeoff as like that big snowflake eye thing from the 11th hour. If we're making comparisons,
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm thinking. It's the way it takes off.
Oh.
It takes off in a perfect 90-degree fucking upturn, in which point everyone in that ship is dead.
Yeah.
Everyone has been slammed against the wall because gravity and shit.
Maybe it's got its own gravity.
But even
Otherwise, all those vats of testosterone have just leaked everywhere as well.
that's where humanity's testosterone came from. It went into the atmosphere. That's
got
why
rained
everyone's
out.
an asshole.
It's either way, it's odd. It was an odd shaped ship as well, because wasn't it like a square?
Yeah.
A ring square.
I think it did have
There's a
like
big old hole in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like a nod to some kind of Nordic.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, I think they just found P&G ship.
What does this ship look like? This. Yeah.
Because they used all the budget on the not Hydra.
On the not Hydra, yeah.
Yeah, so that flies the fuck away, and then everyone's celebrating. The scene's still going on.
Scene's still going. We're all still happy that they've gone.
Yeah, but it's not until Ashildor's dad
Goes,
walks over
Ashildor,
to-
we did it!
to
Hooray!
Ashildor, who's not moved.
Not moved once, and whose arms are now no longer holding up the helmet. They're now down by her side.
And
it takes Clara to say, "Quick, get the helmet off of her."
And it appears that the neural load or whatever the fuck has been too much.
Burnt out her heart or something.
I don't know.
I think the idea was that her heart gave out.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that's what Clara says in a bit when we go and find the doctor.
Putting on a helmet and having a thought, but not seeing these fucking creatures face to face for the first time.
Either way,
yeah.
bad. I mean,
It would have been better.
poor writing on behalf of that she's just dead.
It would have been better because, like, I think some of the creatures do get to fire off some of their shots when they're doing
If she'd have got accidentally shot, but still carried on because she was brave.
Yeah.
That kind of
Yeah.
vibe. You know, like in massively cliched movies where you get shot and then just carry on
shot
because
by,
you're brave.
but you don't see it till later, and it's like, by all intents and purposes, there's no way you could have been
There's
shot.
no way you would have survived. Yeah.
Well, either that or there's no way the bullet.
Oh,
You're just there, and you're like, oh, I got hit.
Yeah. Oh,
by
no,
what?
Oh my God. Yeah. That same sort of vibe. I think that would have been better.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was just like heart failure. Yeah. I don't know. Either way, very strange, and just But the Capaldi's reaction was beautiful.
Yes. And more great acting from Ashildor's dad.
Oh yeah.
All good stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
And Doctor runs away.
yeah.
Just heartbreaking.
Oh yes, because
Because we're about to have
we're
that
about
moment.
to have sauce.
We're about to have that moment.
And why the fuck is it in this
Why
episode?
is it in this episode? But I didn't mind that it was in this episode.
I mean, it made the episode better.
It made the episode better, and I really liked that it wasn't any more than this. I was half expecting it to be like a big finale kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was just this, which I really liked. I really liked it.
So the Doctor, I think, has gone back to where the electric eels were or whatever. It's a
that
tub
always-
of water that
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
found in a barn somewhere. And he's just staring into it. Clara
The
walks
lighting
in.
is wonderful.
Yeah, that's really nice lighting. And I think he says something, he whispers it, I'm so sick
I'm
of
so
losing.
sick of losing.
Um,
And she's like, but you won. And he's like, I don't mean the war, I mean people. I'm like,
but then I think, don't we get a bit of Clara's theme? Like I don't know what instrument it is, but it's like the ding.
ding, 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 ding.
And
Because he's saying...
because he's looking at his face and then he gets...
Oh, yeah, but we get a little bit more, though, don't we? Like, because she says, you did your best. And he's like, oh, it's not the point. I can't lose people. I'm going to lose you one day. And one day the pain of that... Oh, what does he say? The pain of that will hurt so much that I can't breathe. And I'll run. And everywhere I go, it will be there. And I'm like, oh, God, the way he's like, I won't be able to breathe. He's just... Even the way he says it, it almost does feel like he hasn't caught his breath yet, because he kind of goes a wee bit husky about it, and it's like, oh, it's great. Anyway,
yeah.
and then, oh God, what does she says something to him to make him suddenly get that connection? Oh, it's not Clara's theme we get. It's the 12th Doctor's theme. It is his theme.
Oh, is that his?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's the. Hello, am I? Oh, I can't remember the name of the track. It's either called Hello, Hello, or... Oh, God. That's going to frustrate me forever. But it's one of the themes that we first hear in Deep Breath.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then it brings in that... Oh, it's great. It's a great bit of music. Anyway.
No, that's cool.
I can't remember how he gets that point.
I don't remember either.
Oh, that's really frustrating. Either way.
Yes, there's some water ripplage and
he grabs his face. And he goes, oh.
why this face?
Yeah.
And we get the cut back initially to his first episode.
Too deep breath, yeah.
Yeah. Him saying it's like I'm trying to tell myself something. Oh man, I think when the first time I saw this and it just cut to Tennant and
and Donna
just
like,
save
not the whole
someone,
town,
please.
just save someone. And then it cuts to obviously like him. Dave Tennant, come with me, and it pans to like Capaldi there.
Yeah.
And he's like, I remember what my face is for.
Again, this is why we will never get the Children of Earth tie-in, because we can't have a moment like this where it's like, to remind me, to keep me to the mark, I'm the Doctor and I kill my family.
I kill my family and shoot myself in the face. Yeah, because he says he's not supposed to, isn't he? That's where he then remembers that. Yeah, it's him that reminds himself about his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's just, again, it's so beautifully done. And he gets that like building music, and
And to anyone out there in the universe that has a
has
problem,
anything to say
hell
about to hell
with
with you. Oh, it's so good, so good.
So he runs off, and we get some more vague story bullshit, because
get some really
apparently
clumsy bit.
in the helmets, each one of these creatures has like a
first aid
medipack
kit
thing.
Yeah.
That not only is a medipack, but will also continue to heal and protect the individual it's attacked.
So are they immortal? Are the Maya
Well, if they
immortal?
are, then why the fuck also were they scared of the big old snake?
Right? It's clumsy. It's really clumsy.
Maybe they were like, I don't want to get eaten by this thing and never die and just be constantly alive in this thing's digestive tract.
I don't know, man.
But either way...
But no, wait, I tell a lie. Because
Okay.
doesn't the Doctor then say, like, bar accidents, she's functionally immortal? So maybe they are functionally immortal but can get killed in battle.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because we do get a little bit more of this built on in the next episode, where like she's been in various things and that could have been the death of her.
Yeah, but she got better.
Yeah, so I suppose
Maybe.
so long as it's not like an insta-kill scenario, you'll be able
You
to
could-
heal
yeah,
and
maybe.
get through it.
Either way, clumsy.
Yeah. But the Doctor takes out this little piece of white chocolate from the
Literally.
from the
That's what
helmet,
it looks like.
and I think he doesn't he place it on her forehead?
On her forehead,
and
yeah, and
gets-
it melts.
melts into.
The chocolate melts into her head.
And she pretty much comes back almost instantly, doesn't she?
Almost, yeah. The doctor's like, hold on a bit. Wait. And then she goes, boo! Does like a Captain Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the doctor says something like, she'll be fine in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
or
she'll
something
be
like
conscious
that.
in a day, up and about in 2 or 3 or something.
No swimming for
No swimming for a
however
month.
long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
And then tosses Dad another one.
Yes.
Tosses Dad another one, and he
Yes.
goes, will she need to take this?
Yeah. and
How
to
does
which-
he know what does that? Those words shouldn't exist in a Viking
No, because they don't have
vocabulary.
fucking medicine.
They don't take medicine, right?
No.
But will she need to take this? And the doctor's like, no, that's not for her. And then the clerk's like, well, who's it for? And he goes, for whoever she chooses. Once
Because
she
we
figures
haven't
it
got
out.
the reveal yet
No.
properly of
She goes,
what's
once she figures it
happened.
out,
Yeah.
she can choose somebody.
And I think they pretty much leave the... I think that she does say to the doctor...
Doctor, thank you.
I don't know why I made her sound like Donald Trump. It just came out.
They're eating the Vikings.
But yeah, very weak Doctor thank you
Yeah.
vibes.
And
And he's like, no problem.
no problem, girls. I'm sure this won't have any bad repercussions.
Yeah.
So,
He's got a time machine. Why don't he just stick around for a bit?
yeah.
I know that he talks about that in a bit, but like just hang around.
Yeah.
Let her know what you've done.
We've already established that the TARDIS is 2 days away from this town.
Yeah.
We see them leave by themselves.
He does say, I need 1 or 2 of your best rowers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
'Cause we need
but
to get
then
back to the
also the
TARDIS.
issue with this is that it is established that when we get to the TARDIS, the Doctor hasn't spoken again.
Yes.
So he's been silent for 2 days.
2 days.
And a longbow isn't like a galleon. You can't just wander off and be quiet somewhere. You are sitting like face to face with that cunt for 2
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, but I suppose, he doesn't care. He would just sit there.
Yeah. He's given her the 10th Doctor silent treatment.
Yeah.
Um
Then she goes, yeah, it's official. Silence is worse than a Scottish accent. What are you brooding about?
also hey, because the Scottish
Fucking
accent
rude.
is gorgeous.
It's wonderful.
Especially
Especially coming out of that face.
yeah. But
Man crush.
I think no, it's fine. No, it's a handsome man, and he can play the guitar. He's just
He's just a legend. Everything about him is
beautiful man. Yeah. So I think that's when he then does the reveal as to what
good. Yeah, I
is
think doesn't
really
he say
going
I've
on here.
very possibly just made a tidal wave mistake. And she goes, why? It's not a problem. And he's like, yeah, she's immortal. And that she's possibly lost the ability to die. At which point Clara goes, dying's an ability? And he's like, hell yeah, it is.
Which
being immortal isn't living forever, it's watching everybody die. Which is
Again.
really brutal.
Yeah, but again, beautiful.
Beautiful way
words.
of writing, yeah. Then they're back in the TARDIS, aren't they?
I think the Doctor he makes an interesting reference because he calls her a hybrid.
I was literally about to say, have we talked about this at any other point in this series?
No, because I think...
Because it is brought up a couple of times. This isn't the first time we've heard about the hybrid, is it?
No, but I think it's the first time in Capaldi's run.
Is it?
I think so, because I think the only time I can think about is Dalek Asylum.
Because it then obviously, towards the end of this series, becomes a very big deal. But this isn't the first time we've heard about it in this series, is it? I can never remember.
I don't know.
Because as soon as I got to this point, I was like, oh shit, maybe I've missed some bits.
I will say that us as a duet have done... we've improved leaps and bounds, but I was listening to our version of Into the Dalek, and it's like, we are skipping so much.
We just get excited about the bits we want to talk about.
Yeah, which we still do, but I feel like we cover more now.
But I feel like we must have missed at some point in the last few episodes at least a little breadcrumbing of the hybrid.
Because it wouldn't make sense for him to reference it and actually mean something. As
Yeah,
opposed
yeah,
to,
'cause-
oh, you remember when Matt Smith said that like 3 seasons?
Yeah, because the way he says it, and the thing is, like, in a way, she's become a hybrid. It feels when he says it like it's got so much lore behind it.
Yeah.
So I feel like we must have missed some bits in the last few episodes. Because I don't see how it can just suddenly have started there and then build up to what it is at the end of the
Some
series.
bastard robots of Sherwood, isn't it?
Probably.
Shit.
Shit, fuck.
Well.
Either way, we've got the drop of the hybrid. And then we get a scene that I really don't like.
Oh, okay.
Do you not like? Do you like it?
Well, I don't know if I can remember it.
Oh,
I admittedly haven't looked at my notes in a while.
At the very end, we have that bit where we're focusing on a shielder.
Oh, okay. I actually really like it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, okay.
I feel like it's pointless.
Okay. The way that it's shown in its whole compilation, there are things that could be better about it.
Yeah.
Because there's something that I'm going to talk about. Well, I suppose I can hint in this episode before we go over to the next, that my want for a Shielder as a character was that she would continue to age and it be almost like a kind of face a bow situation.
Yeah.
So to still have that kind of revolving camera and all the stuff changing around her, but have her age.
Yeah.
But I do like the change of expression.
I was literally just about to say, I think I've convinced myself in the 2 seconds that I've sat here that maybe actually it wasn't as bad.
If you don't think about the context of the next episode,
yeah,
it is quite cool because you see
her go through pain, fear,
Yeah,
sadness, and enter this kind of weird, horrible, steely kind of arrogance. Yeah,
but again,
I don't know. I don't know if I just thought maybe it was a. I don't want to say cheap way to finish it, but kind of.
I do genuinely quite like it.
Fair enough.
But I see your point.
I feel like it, like you say, it could have been done better, but I don't quite know how.
Maybe if we'd seen, instead of just her standing stationary, to have almost like a time lapse of her in the village or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
And just bits happening there.
Yeah.
And maybe then have her walking away from her father's grave or something like that.
Yeah, I just feel like it needed to have been a bit more, if that's what they were going for. But I don't know.
But Pete, I hope you've got your Morris bells ready, which is a reference that you won't know if you haven't listened to the new fucking tune that I put together for our new section of this fucking show, which of course is our Daft Cunts of the
Daft
Week.
Cunts of the Week
section. Play that goddamn music.
What do they think they're doing?
A ham-fisted bun-vender. He's an unimaginative plodder.
Apart from losing the master and the missile, you're doing very well, Brigadier.
I helped you devise a less idiotic plan of attack of all the idiotic suggestions. You're an idiot.
You will bring a terrible retribution upon yourselves if you persist.
Shut up, you silly old fool!
You would dare to harm the great wizard Queequeg.
Charming. Yeah, they're round the twist, if you ask me.
So, if you listen to it, it is now the most cursed thing.
is it?
So what I've essentially done is it's all from the Third Doctor's era, and I've taken little snippets where the Doctor or different people are calling people an idiot or words to that effect. And I don't know if you remember the episode or the episode arc, but there's a bit where Morris dancers turn up.
Brilliant.
And there's just this really jaunty tune.
I don't remember that.
So I've taken the start and end of that, and there's just the Morris tune all the way through with the Doctor and people being called an idiot. But my favourite bit is, and it's from the same episode, there's this lady who's like into the occult and witchcraft and stuff, and she goes up to someone because the Doctor's about to be burnt at the stake by these Morris men.
Of course.
And she goes up to them and says, "You would dare question the authority of the great Queequeg?" And it was just the best fucking name they could have cooked up for this shit. And that is also in that little snippet.
Wow.
Because it's just so fucking good.
I love it.
But yes, this is the section of the show where Pete and I look back on the episode, good or bad, and we choose a strange, peculiar, or frankly daft cunt of the week. Pete, do you have one? Because I do.
Or do you?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't know if I do.
It might be either a singular or a collective.
Oh.
But it's the same situation.
Okay.
I'll do the collective. It's everyone in that barn not going to a shield door quicker.
Yeah, no, fair.
Everyone's celebrating and immediately forgetting the person that
That made it
accomplished
happen.
them that end goal.
Yep, that's acceptable. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, do you not have...
I don't know. I think possibly, yeah, her dad for not going to her straight away, considering all of the love that he has bestowed upon her throughout the episode. To then not go to her straight away is a bit like, what?
I will say this, though. In my notes, I've just noticed that my dumb cunt of the week wasn't actually that.
Oh! You've got
wrote
multiple
a
dumb
different
cunts
one.
of the week.
My one, apparently, when I wrote these notes, was actually when they're first talking about Valhalla and stuff. There's someone in the town who says, I think everyone's talking about wanting to go to Valhalla, and someone chirps up and is like, I don't want to go to Valhalla. I don't like heights.
That's Heidi.
Is it Heidi?
Yeah. You can't call Heidi a daft cunt of the week. He's fantastic.
He is, but that is
It's a stupid thing to say.
Fucking thing to say.
I do also. I don't know if it's a daft cunt of the week, but I do feel really bad for the women of the village. And there are no established female characters in that village except Ashilda. Why not?
Are they even present during the plan?
Yeah. They're doing bits and bobs to help out. They're in the party. They're at the end when everything's sad. They're in the chat when the doctor's translating for the baby. Where are they?
Yeah, that's not great, is it?
Maybe that's the right of being the daft cunt of the week for not having.
Yeah, I mean, I know Norse mythology has always been quite male heavy, but that doesn't mean to say that you have to be like.
No, it was just odd. I don't know, to not have Ashilda's mum or the baby's mum, because the baby's clearly talking to her mum. So where is? I don't know.
That's fair. If you have any comments about this episode, whether you liked it or hated it, do throw it in the comments section. You will find the link to our Twitter in the show notes, which is definitely there now.
Hey!
Because I massively fucked up, and I started updating episodes, and when I got into the Dalek and I updated that episode, it then pushed it to a release date of when I was updating it. So, like, on Spotify, it was the next episode out. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
No.
So I then had to go back and somehow figure out when it was released to then bounce it back down. I've done it. It's sorted, but... yeah, so it's updated ever since our Christmas special.
Nice.
I'm not going all the way back.
No.
We didn't talk about the Twitter back. It didn't exist back then.
No, yeah, exactly.
But yes, please do throw it in there, or you can throw it in our YouTube comment section, and we will read it out on the show. But until the next time, unless, Pete, you have anything else to add?
No.
No?
Just I liked some of it. I didn't like some other bits.
Some of it was okay.
Some bits were gold dust, others were not.
Join us next week, where we will talk about none of it.
Yeah.
But until the next time, Pete and I are flying into time and space.
Moisturize me.
Earth will be sucked